He noticed that their mixing, they did not mix together. Then he touched the other water and realized it was cold, extremely cold. To him, he had discovered something that was very, very important. One side of the water is cold, the other side is warm. And he wanted to find out at all cost why that temperatures differ.
Hi, friends. Welcome back to Style and Soul. If you're just joining us for the very first time, hola, welcome. And if you're an old subscriber, thank you for joining us again. Come with me, let me show you Ikogosi Warm and Cold Spring. I'm very sure you've heard about this warm and cold spring and all the myths about it, the stories. You might not have heard every single detail. But today I'm going to be uncovering every single thing you need to know about the warm and cold spring that never mix with each other. And our tour guide today is Ruth. She will be giving us all the juicy stories, all the juicy details we need to know. You already know that this warm and cold spring are human beings, the father, the son, the two wives, the children. Basically, you're going to be hearing all these stories right about now. Let's dive in. Let's dive straight in. Apparently, this water was discovered about 700 years ago by a hunter named Ogongong. But you know what? Because of the names, and you see this woman here named Ruth, she is a very good storyteller. And her demonstration and everything, I feel like you will get the story much better if you hear it right from her mouth. So we're going to let her tell us the story, extra detail you might need to know, or that I think you would need to know about this place.
By
Can we start
hunter.
with the story
Yes,
so that you
please.
explore
I
the
would like
meaning
to
by
hear the
yourself?
story.
So, discovered about 700 years ago by a hunter called Ogongong. Ogongong means targets or sharpshooter. But he doesn't have a gun. He can send that charmed rod, to go on errand and kill animals for him. He will simply throw the rod. The rod will be bouncing, gong, 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 gong. I was sure of killing that animal. Charm. That hunter was an indigenous of religion. He must have used something to shut him down into this forest. Something Yoruba would have called a big hand of Then when he got here, in search of animal, he was hearing the rush of water. And he became thirsty, he wanted to drink water, then he saw the colorless, odorless water. Curiosity made him to put his hand inside the water to sweet water and drink. He realized it was very, very warm. Then he realized that the other side was a water that was flowing on top of mud. He noticed that their mixing, they did not mix together. Then he touched the other water and realized it was cold, extremely cold. To him, he had discovered something that was very, very important. One side of the water is cold, the other side is warm. And he wanted to find out at all cost why that temperatures differ. He now decided to do something. He searched through the forest whether he will see somebody that can answer his questions. Just as you see me here now, I can answer questions. But there was nobody in that forest as at that time, or in this forest as at that time. They did something. As a Yoruba hunter, people says what we call iki. Iki is 16 pieces of cowrie shells. With the 16 pieces of cowrie shells, you only need to drop it and rearrange it and read meanings to the rearrangement or the readjustments. At that stage, it means he was consulting with a oracle called Ifa. Ifa will now respond to him because that thing he dropped on the floor is was like a mathematics formula. You are given a formula and you are given a mathematics sum to solve. You already know the formula, so dropping it, maybe it's arranged 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4. Then the readjustment will now make him to have a clue. From what Ifa now told him, Ifa said that the waters we are having here used to be human beings. They were 4 people.
Mm.
And
So it's
Ifa
the
now
Ifa that told him.
Ifa told him. In fact, the oracle told him that the springs used to be 4 people. And that's why we are having 4 springs representing the 4 people.
So this is Awele.
2 types of cold water representing 2 women.
I know you're
One was named Awele. Awele was dark in complexion.
Beautiful.
And beautiful. And she possessed a submissive attitude. She was gentle and calm, just like me.
Hey,
I
mama!
was going to say just like you.
Everyone woman wants to be called gentle. And the second woman was named Ainorosu. Ainorosu was fair in complexion.
This is Aina Rosu.
Then she always have mood swings. She was neither gentle nor haughty. So Aino and Awele, according to what Ifa told Ogongon the hunter, they used to be married to the same husband. And for the two types of one water, one was the father, the other one was the son, the first son. The father was the husband of those two women. And the man was also an indigenous of Ile-Ife. When he married his two wives, he relocated to this forest so that he can make children from those women. And those children, when they are large in number, they will be the one to build his empire for him. I mean, we have to establish a town or a settlement through the wives and the children. And that was what he did. Then when he was relocating from Ile-Ife, he relocated to this forest to the left-hand side called the forest of Ikogosi. Ikogosi means settlement to the left-hand side. And that is what we now change to Ikogosi. So when he's relocated to this forest to the left-hand side, he must feed the wives and the children. He was a hunter, he was a farmer, he was a palm tapper. That's the main job he was doing in this forest was the job of traditional healing. He was a herbalist to the core. When you're talking of herbalist, you're talking of somebody that is making use of either warm or cold herbal medicine. But he was not into herbal medicine. God already created him with healing power within his body system. And by virtue of his marriage to his two wives, to Awele and to Ainorosu, they already possess the healing power. The first son also possessed the healing power as the Arole, which is the heir to the father. So the four of them were making use of the healing power. People from other settlements used to consult with the man and his two wives and his first son for healing against sicknesses and diseases. And it was working for them. This forest where they relocated into, they planted more herbs and roots, in addition with the one already existing here. So the herbs and roots is also already inside the ground. Their roots are already inside the ground. So what they always do is, with the healing power, they will simply invoke cold water that already contain those medicinal herbs to replace cold herbal medicine. They will invoke warm water or hot water already containing healing properties to replace warm or hot herbal medicine. And it was working for them. But they were human beings. They knew they were human beings. Even if they live for thousands of years, gradually they will be dying off. And that power was buried inside their body. It is not something they can extract. They cannot pull that power out and give to another generation. So for them,
Who gave birth to the son?
the son, the first wife.
The first wife, the black beauty. The black
The one that
beauty.
resemble me and you, man. So they knew they were going to die gradually. They now made covenants that at death, they were not going to allow this power of healing to waste away by just dying away like that. They relocated from the lowland to the top of the hills surrounding this environment. Why? They believe that as they are dying, they'll be falling on top of the rock. The healing power within their body, just like spirit of healing, flow into the rock. And every water that flows in this forest contains healing properties.
If I'm sick, I can drink this water.
Yes, even if you are not sick, you can just drink it for refreshment or for protection.
Natural.
And that type of history, we call it Aroba in Yoruba. Yoruba, we say, Ìtàn ló bí Aroba. Aroba ni baba ìtàn. Tọmọdé ò bàbá ìtàn, bàbá Aroba. Aroba simply means upper generation history. The one we will call MYTH, myth or mythology. Upper generation history. When they are bringing it to your generation, they will make a lot of modifications so that it can be fit hearing. They will make addition, subtraction, then they will have a conclusion. From the conclusion, you'll be able to ask the same question as what Auntie asked me. Is the water medicine? Can it cure this? Can it cure that? Yes, the waters are medicinal waters. The drinking of water that is flowing has to do with you being somebody that is used to drinking flowing stream water, most especially the cold water. You know, we are born bred and buttered in the village, so we are used to drinking spring. So you can drink from the warm water. It's very very pure. But the cold water, I cannot advise you except you decide by yourself.
So, friends, we have more wonders here, like this tree here.
This is a oil palm tree. Some people call it banga tree. Some call it open. And this is a mahogany hardwood. The oil palm tree is a woman among trees because it's fruitful. And it's sharing the same color with that cold water, which is two women from the history. The mahogany is hard. I mean, it's strong like men. Is a male among trees, and it's sharing the same color with the underneath of the warm water. This is sharing color with the underneath of cold water. The two trees have their roots joined together. As in what people that study biology will call symbiotic relationship, they are benefiting from each other. And their benefits wouldn't have been able to come into place. But for this water that has been flowing more than 700 years and it has never dried up before, they decided to have their roots joined together so that they can both benefit from the water. They've been together for about 90 years. I mean, they grew up together.
This tree is
Gradually.
90 years.
Yes, more than 90.
More than 90.
Yes. We see them as a symbol of coexistence of the water. So the water is meeting without mixing. Over here, this is still warm, that is still cold.
Wow. Moving from this is like this part is icy cold. Icy cold. Then I'm moving. Oh my god. Hot. Hot. Like they don't mix. What do I mean by that? Okay, now. Okay. Okay. Warmth. But once you move to this place, it's hot. It's not warm, like it is hot. This is it. Hot, cold, hot, cold. Hey God, God is wonderful. God is wonderful, and the water is flowing all the way from here. But that's like all the way to the end of that place up. So apparently my left leg is on the hot water and my right leg is on the cold water. And the colors are different.
Right now, we are heading up to where it is believed that the father died. So basically, when they were about to die, they went up the hill, fell, and he turned into water. So I think the same thing with his son and all of that. So this is where he fell, and you won't even believe it. The water is so calm.
Sorry,
They are underground water.
Oh, so this is actually the origin.
This is number one.
this is
And
the
those ones I
origin.
saw you are part of it.
Okay, this is where the water is. The
That's
main,
the main
source.
source.
From underground.
Oh my God, is great.
I
Oh.
know bubble now. I know even like they get power.
Like you won't even know. You won't believe.
Like so, this is the source
That's
of
the source, number
the
one.
whole water we have been seeing. It's so calm. You won't
That's
even
source number
believe.
one.
Okay, so this is the father that fell. This was where he fell, and then it brought about the whole water that we are seeing now. Okay. This is Awele carrying pots on her head, and this I know Irosun. I know Irosun is the one that gave birth to girls. All the children she gave birth to are girls, while Awele gave birth to boys. More than 16 boys. That's amazing. And this was, like I said before, this is their husband, and this was where he fell. So he basically went up the rock, and this was where he died. And turned into water so that the village can have water of healing.
So the water from the father flows all the way down here. And this myth also believes that this water right here is the son. That is Olosun Okogun Osi.
So it's the first son who is Olosu Ukwagosi that established this town at the end of the day. And this water that you're seeing right now is believed to be the father of the children. And then this water that you're seeing right now
This water you're seeing right now is the sun, and
This is where they came to meet each other. That's the father and the son making warm and warm spring.
so this is the meeting point. That's the meeting point actually of the cold and cold springs. So there's another meeting point of the hot spring on the other side. I think I already showed you. All right, guys. So we are going now to where the cold and hot spring meet, but they don't mix. They don't mix. But you know, the cold and cold spring could mix together, and the hot and hot could mix together. And like I told you before, this is Aino Irosun, and this is Awele. Aino Irosun gave birth to only girls, and Awele gave birth to more than 16 boys.
So the next clips you'll be viewing are more information about this place. Stay tuned.
Look at the steam.
Now you see the one that is slowly.
yes,
This is what we have been seeing since I even said it's not steam. Like, I want to touch it. It feels like it's so hot. Wow, you guys, this is tree of long life. How many years is this tree? Oh, are you serious? Are you kidding me? This tree is 300 years, guys. 300. And I'm sure it's more than that. Okay, oh, you guys remember I snapped with the tree of 300 years. I've not touched it yet. And it's so wet. A wet tree. I think that's another.
no, it's be wet now because of the water and rain.
As you can see, this water is pure, colorless, odorless, and they actually even drink this water. They used to have their baths, cook, and do every other thing in their day-to-day life. This water is believed to be a healing water that heals all kinds of skin diseases. And my highlight would be the hot and cold spring. My second highlight is the swimming pool. Imagine yourself swimming in a warm steaming pool. Is actually a beautiful experience that I have never experienced before. I loved every bit of it because the water for the pool is directly natural from the warm spring. So you get to bathe in the natural warm spring water. And there is no chlorine, there's no artificial cleanser or whatever. This place is actually a tourist attraction center in Ekiti State. So if you would like to come here and you would like to sleep over, you can always find a group to go with. You can go with happyorange.ng. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Share this video with your friends who will be interested in visiting this place. Don't forget to turn on my post notification and subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much. Please see you in my next video where I'll be talking about what I liked and what I hated about this place. And I'll be giving you a guide to a comfortable stay in Ikogosi. Bye for now. Thank you for watching this video to this point. I love you guys so much. Bye.